For this video, we are going to solve quadratic equation by extracting the square roots. So, for our MELC, you have to solve quadratic equation by extracting square root. Specific objectives are the following. You have to understand when to use the square root method. Learn the steps to solve quadratic equations by extracting the square root, and apply the method to solve real-life problems. Let us recall what is quadratic equation. In 3, 2, 1. A quadratic equation is a second-degree polynomial equation in one variable where the highest exponent of the variable is 2. It has a general form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a is not equal to 0. A, b, and c are real numbers. Next, what is the standard form of quadratic equations? 3, 2, 1. The standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a is coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant term. Next, what are the parts of quadratic equation? So the parts of quadratic equation are the following: quadratic term ax squared, linear term bx, and constant term c. Next number, what is a, b, and c in the equation? So take note that the given equation is not yet written in standard form. So you have to write it first in standard form so that you can identify a, b, and c. So if we are going to write it in standard form, we have x squared plus 2x plus 3 equals 0. So therefore, a, b, and c are 1, 2, 3 respectively. So let's have a pretest. Solve each equation in as many ways as you can. Determine the values of each variable to make each equation true. So for number 1, we have x squared equals 25. Alright, very good. So we have x equals positive or negative 5. Number 2, m squared minus 9 equals 0. Alright, so m equals positive or negative 3. Number 3, r squared equals 0. So square both sides, r equals 0. Take note that there's no positive or negative 0. Number 4, 2s squared equals 18. So divide both sides by 2, then square root of both sides, s is equal to positive or negative 3. So let's answer this question. How did you find each square root? Find the square root of a number if the number is a perfect square like 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and so on. Just find the number that multiplies by itself to give the original number. For example, number 1 is square root of 25, so it gives you 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. Question number 2, how many square roots does a number have? So every positive number has 2 square roots. For example, square root of 9 equals 3. Next question, does a negative number have a square root? So, in the set of real numbers, no, a negative number does not have a square root. For example, square root of negative 9 is undefined in real numbers. So this is because no real number squared gives a negative result. So, your next activity, what would make a statement true? So again, you can pause this video to answer them all. So check your work. We have number 1, x equals 5. Number 2, t equals 14. Number 3, r equals negative 8. And number 4, x equals 1. Alright, if you got them all correctly, then we can proceed to our main topic. So, when do we use extracting square roots in solving quadratic equation? So take note, for square root method, we focus on the equations like ax squared plus c equals 0 and the quantity x plus d squared equals e. As you have noticed, in this first equation, we do not have linear term, while in the second equation, we have the square of binomial. So let's give examples of each equation. So ax squared plus c equals 0 and the quantity x plus d squared equals e. So for the first equation, we have x squared equals 25. So again, we do not have linear term here. Then 4x squared equals 100. So still the given equation has only quadratic term and constant term. Now, for square of binomial, we have x minus 3 or the quantity x minus 3 squared equals 49. Another, the quantity x plus 3 squared equals 16. Now, the steps in solving by extracting square root. Step 1, you have to isolate the squared term. Next, take the square root of both sides. Number 3, solve for x. And number 4, step 4, include plus minus the square root or positive or negative the square root. Okay, let's have example number 1 as a very simple form. Solve x squared equals 36. So by just looking at the problem, you can easily get the square root of 36. But to follow the steps, we have first, step 1, isolate the squared term. Since we have already isolated the squared term, which is the x squared and 36, we're done with step 1. Next, number 2, take the square root of both sides. So we have to get the square root of both sides. Then after getting the square root of both sides, solve for x and include positive or negative the square root. So therefore, x is equal to positive or negative 6. Now example number 2, binomial square. So we have the quantity x plus 5 square equals 64. So for step 1, isolate the square term. So we have done with step 1. So we will just write the quantity x plus 5 squared equals 64. Next, take the square root of both sides. We have x plus 5 equals positive or negative 8. Solve for x. Since we're not yet done, we have formed two equations. The first one is x equals negative 5 plus 8 because from the previous equation, we have x plus 5 equals positive or negative 8. So, transpose 5 to the other side. So, we have negative 5. Then, the other equation is equals negative 5 minus 8. So, therefore, we have x equals negative 13. So, for your final answer, we have x equals 3 or x equals negative 13. Alright, example number 3, real life word problem. A ball is dropped from a height such that h equals 100 minus 4.90 squared. When will it hit the ground? H equals 0. So, since h is equal to 0, we will just substitute h equals 0 in the given equation. So 0 equals 100 minus 4.90 squared. Then transpose negative 4.9 to t squared to the left side. So therefore we have a working equation 4.9 t squared equals 100. So t squared equals 100 over 4.9. Then get the square root of both sides. We have positive or negative square root of 100 over 4.9. So since we have perfect square 100 but the denominator 4.9 is not a perfect square and a decimal number, let us multiply both numerator and denominator by 10 so that 4.9 times 10 will be perfect square. So we have 10 square root of 10 over 7. Take note that only positive value makes sense in a word problem. So, therefore, the ball hits the ground approximately 4.52 seconds after being dropped. Okay. Take note in quadratic equation that can be written in the form x squared equals k, where k there is constant. By the way, this is just the same with our previous given equations. So, we can solve by applying the following properties. So, the first one, greater than 0 equals 0, less than 0. So, if x squared equals k can be solved by applying the following properties. K is greater than 0, then x squared equals k has two real solutions or roots, where kx equals positive or negative square root of k. Then if k is equal to 0, then x squared equals k has one real solutions or roots, where x equals 0. Then number 3, if k is less than 0, then x squared equals k has no real solutions or roots. So, let us have these things to remember. Use this method only when there's no linear term. Don't forget to write positive or negative when taking the square root. And lastly, always check if answers make sense in word problems. So now let's proceed to post-test. Solve the following. Number 1, x squared equals 81. Number 2, the quantity x minus 2 squared equals 49. Number 3, x squared plus 9 equals 0. Number 4, 2 times the quantity x plus 4 squared equals 50. Number 5, 2x squared minus 24 equals 0. So, by the way, again, you can pause this video if you can do it alone. Then check your work if you have the same answers. So, let us summarize this topic. For summary, extracting square roots is fast and easy with perfect square equations. Number 2, watch for the form x squared equals k, or the quantity x plus d is squared equals k, and always include positive, negative, unless context limits to a single answer. So that ends our session today. Thank you very much.